IWEco stands for Integrating Water, Land and Ecosystem Management in Caribbean States. Our project here in Trinidad and Tobago, it's the rehabilitation of quarries in the northeast area. We are on the National Quarry site, which is the pilot site for this project. We're looking at 2.5 hectares out of a 20-hectare area to rehabilitate. Right now we're using 2 NGOs. We're using the IAM movement and we're working with the Trust for Sustainable Livelihoods. And under their management, we have 27 rehabilitation champions ranging from the vicinity of Valencia to Sandy Grande, which is the geographic area for this project. And they are undergoing training in quarry rehabilitation techniques.
The value, we never underestimate the value of community people. There are people in the community who have a heart for restoring this area. So first we took them to the classroom to teach them about the value of forests and trees to the survival of planet Earth. That is a whole lesson by itself, how important trees and forests are to life on Earth. Then we went on to land degradation. What is man doing to destroy the forest? So that is a whole classroom program by itself. Then we did land restoration. What can we do to restore the land? We also did a little bit about climate change, and we did a little bit about biodiversity conservation. And with all of that, they understand what they are going to be participating in.
I personally felt a passion for being here because I love planting on the whole. I'm a farmer. I do my own planting. So being here was a sort of a first experience when hearing about the vetiver grass. I didn't know what it, I knew it was razor grass, but being here to know that so many purpose and use that it can do to stabilize the land and rebuild back, right? And if you do for retaining wall, you use it as a returning wall besides spending all that money. It's just like saving money.
Well, I personally like doing garden work and bush work and thing, and my sister told me that about this project, and I was glad, so I came and I never regret it after today.
We put up everything here, dig posts, cut trees, timber, tie up. Machine bring this, but machine bring this on that side. This is topsoil here with sawdust and manure all in one.
This is actually spent grain from Carib. Those are one of our partners. Carib is one of our partners in this project, and this mulch here is part of the mulching system where we want to channel waste stream. Is an innovative component where we want to channel waste from landfills, organic waste, spent grain, sargassum even, and what we want to do is mix it together. So we create the topsoil layer that has been stripped and removed from mining. So our partners have generously donated spent grain. Is very nutritious for the soil and for the plants, and it's helping with the growth and development of this area.
This is a Global Environment Facility funded project. It's a 4-year to 5-year project in Trinidad, located in the northeast area. The project that Trinidad chose was the rehabilitation of quarries, quarry rehabilitation. Right now we have about 97 active registered quarries. National Quarry is the state quarry of Trinidad and Tobago, and we chose National Quarries as the pilot. And the reason we chose National Quarries and to do a pilot is that we wanted to provide proof of concept of what we are doing. Quarry rehabilitation is by law mandated for all operators to achieve once they excavate from their site. This project is showing how to rehabilitate.
What we also want to see is the erosion slowing or reducing or even reversed. As a result of that, we have an intervention called check dams. If you look on the hills, you would see a lot of gullies. That's what you call gully erosion. The rain comes and the water would find the path of least resistance, and it would wash the soil away. Now, if we do check dams, and there are two types of check dams. You have stone check dams and you have live check dams. What we are doing here is the live check dams. We are using a species that grows very, very quickly and form a barrier across the gullies. And when the water would come down, it would filter the water. And when the water is filtered, the soil would remain behind the check dam and the soil would build up. And we are hoping that as the soil builds up, we plant other trees on top of that built up soil, and it slow down the rate of soil movement down the slope, and eventually the area would get back to a level playing field.
Well, we decided to use vetiver grass because it's ideal for slope stabilization. It's ideal to bind the soil together. The roots itself go down 10 feet into the ground. Yeah, 10 feet. And vetiver has other properties as well. It's a C4 plant, so it takes in a lot of carbon compared to other grasses. And the hedgerows, when you place it, you will see one of these sites where there's a lot of gullying that has taken place over a period of time due to rainfall, heavy rainfall. Vetiver itself has gone down so deep and bind the soil together that it's preventing erosion from taking place, soil degradation.
We are also in the process of producing seedlings so that we would have seedlings to plant in all the other areas. First, we use what was available in the nurseries. There is a nursery in the Melau district, the Forestry Division nursery, and they specialize in producing seedlings that are normal for forest in the northeast. So we are talking about galba, we are talking about roble, kajuka, juniper, fat pork, olive, sandbox, incense, and the list goes on. We have about 20 species that would normally grow in this type of forest, and under these conditions we got them at that nursery.
It's a 5-year project. The initial project is 4 years with the ability to extend for a further year. So it's a 4-year into 5-year project.
Within the first 5 years, we should have trees back on the ground. These trees you're seeing around, they're about less than 2 years. Good? In 5 years, we should have the canopy closing. And when I say canopy closing, if you look on the outside there, you see the forest covering the ground. So within 5 years, we are hoping that that should happen. And when it covers the ground, it would stop or reduce the events of erosion.
By 2022, we should have about 20 hectares rehabilitated in terms of greenery, in terms of having the areas backfilled, in terms of having private sector involved, in terms of getting their rehabilitation plans implemented on their various sites.
Thus far, I mean, the data coming out, the qualitative data coming out of the project is very much so towards promoting the project in the realm of sustainable livelihoods, building new skill sets, changing behavior and attitude towards the environment. So the data thus far we would like for that conversation also to be provoked by this project that is not only about rehabilitation of the land but also the community.
I feel like a hero right now, just being part of this group here. Whether it mightn't be much, but at the end of the day, still something putting back some activities back into the land.